Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the English news from Djibouti channel. They are the headlines of our edition tonight. Our titles are: the President of the Republic, His Excellency Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh, came back this morning upon the invitation of King Salman to participate the Semyut in Liverpool, preparing to play its second consecutive Champions League final on Saturday night. Welcome if you join us. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh, is back today in the morning to the country after his participation upon the invitation of King Salman bin Abdulaziz at the double Semyut that took place in Mecca. The first Semyut and extraordinary foundations of the League of Arab States was dedicated to the achievement of a deep consultations of the organization in order to define the collegial nature of reactions to the security threats and challenges that have recently been the subject of several Gulf states. The participation of the President in the first Semyut was marked by the interventions he made in this gallery, the reaffirmations of our country's solidarity with the Saudi Brothers Kingdom and its leadership for the Arab region was turning point that shaped the strong relationship that links the brotherly countries. The second Semyut, in which the head of state took part in Mecca, consisted of an extraordinary seat, the fourth of the Organization of Islamic Corporations. It was a meeting dedicated to achieving greater unity and solidarity among the OEC members countries. These foundations offered above all the conditions of a consultation on the mechanism to be adopted in the face of the growing phenomenon of Islamophobia in the world. President Ismail Omar Guelleh, who also delivered a speech at the meeting, called for greater cohesion and solidarity among Arab Muslims nation. During his speech at this fourth ordinary session of the Islamic Conference and his interventions, he said that the President of the Republic expressed his thanks and gratitude to the guardian of the two holy mosques, as well as his government and his people, the warm hosting and for the remarkable preparations of the emergency Arab Semyut.
Guardian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, King of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, as well as government and his people, for hosting warm and for the remarkable preparation of the emergency Arabic summit. Your Majesty, Excellency and Highness, ladies and gentlemen, the recent attack against the two sister countries, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, are claiming which required urgent action to address their serious repercussions on regional and international security and peace, as well as simply and stability of global oil market. In this context, we emphasize on the importance of unifying concerted effort and strengthening Arab and international solidarity in order to face with firmness and determination such criminal acts that may cause chaos and violence in the region. Your Majesty, Excellency, and Highness, ladies and gentlemen. Your Majesty, Excellency, and Highness, ladies and gentlemen, the target of Saudi Arabia, home to the two holy mosques, constitute a true village of the Arab and Islamic nation. In this regard, we underscore your full support of the kingdom and your solidarity with the brotherly people of Saudi Arabia and his rulers. Thus, we affirm they need to adopt an unified and decisive Arabic position to deal with the attack on the kingdom his people as vital interests. In the light of the very sensitive condition in the region, we welcome the kingdom's organization of three summits, namely the Gulf Summit, the Arab Summit, and the Islamic Summit, which confirms the kingdom's awareness of his responsibility and his concern to promote Arab and Islamic unity. We express the hope that the three summits will produce the desired result of the people of the Arab region in terms of security, stability, and development, will contribution to the consolidation of Arab and Islamic solidarity. Before concluding my remarks, I would like to render my sincere thanks and gratitude to the guardian of the two saints, King Salman bin Abdul Aziz, as well as to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, government and people for hosting this summit.
The Health Minister, Mr. Mohammed Diri Warsama, and Labor Minister, Mr. Osman Ibrahim, accompanied by the Secretary of State for Youth and Sport, Mr. Hassan Kamil Mohammed, have organized today a collective iftar at Ali Sabih Prefecture. When they reach in the region, the Minister of Health, Mr. Mohammed Diri Warsama, and the Labor Minister, Mr. Osman Ibrahim Buh, was welcomed by the Prefect of the region, Mr. Mohammed Waberi Asowi. Participated in the collective iftar members of the Ajajuk region and executives, including the Director of the Public, the Director of the National Agency for Disabled, Mr. Duali Saeed, and the Director of the Regional Hospital of Ali Sabih, Mr. Mohammed Sugi, and officials and staff of different services of Ali Sabih region. During his speech, the Minister of Labor emphasized the importance to participate the iftar and that play a role to unify the inhabitants of the interior region, except in particular in Ali Sabih region. In Spar, the Minister of the Health expressed his happiness to participate the event, which play a role to strengthen the solidarity of the inhabitants of the regions. The closing ceremony of the Blessed Month Tournament of Ramadan, the Tajura Region Subdivisions, in collaboration with the Tajura Sport Association, organized the closing ceremony of the Ramadan Tournament on the evening of Wednesday at the Tajura Sports Complex. This ceremony chaired by the valiant director of the region, Mr. Umar Hassan Abdullahi, who manifested with great interest and professionalism for the development of sport in the region of the interior. In this ceremony also participated the president of the RPP Annex of Tajura, the Annex president of the RPP, Mr. Ali Gadili, and always in his citizens and all the citizens. The grand final was held between the different categories. Junior and the supporting event is held consecutively every year at the Tajura Sport Complex. The Secretary of State for Youth and Sport, Mr. Hassan Mohammed Kamil, thanks and expressed his full availability to support the promotions of sports and the development of youth. Of Obakh, Arta, and Dikhil, the ANPH delegation led by its director Duali Saeed Mahmoud went to the Ali Sabih region from their arrival in the city. As the event welcomed by the administrative authorities of the region in particular, and the prefect of the region, Mr. Mohammed Waberi Asowi, the president of the regional council, Mr. Omar Ahmed Waisa. The goal of the director removal is to hand over new clothes to the special needs of Ali Sabih region, to celebrate Al-Eid al-Fitr in joy. The Director General of the ANPS, Shadu Ali Saeed, and his delegation went first to Saint Louis Primary School, Ali Sabih, called the School for All, where there is specific class for children with special need to distribute food and a lot of clothing for children with a special need and people with disabilities. After a tour to the headquarters, the Ramadan caravan of the RTD closed this weekend in Arta has held a great religious ceremony, Qasaid, this evening coinciding the ends of the funeral of the Sultan held at Tajura. Garato also had a maulid in the memory of the prefect. The Prefect Abdullah Darar Okiye enjoyed a vibrant tribute to the Sultan of Tajura, Abdul Qadir Hamad, after the Mawlid dedicated to the memory of the Sultan. The evening continued with songs religious to the glory of the Prophet, peace be upon him, interpreted by the great singer Omar Adan and the young talents of the religions.
يا أشرف من نال المقام المحمود وجاء الرسول من قبلك لكن بيرفع والعلا لك شهود
مرحبا مرحبا نبي مرحبا 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 رسول مرحبا مرحبا يا محمد مرحبا يا عروس الغرب بغير محبا
صلاة ثم تسليم على المختار يا حمادا
محمد أمينو ما لنسى قيامه تدكم بالعدة وياي نامر من مينين وبري معبودك
صلي على محمد يا ربي صلي عليه وسلم عدد الأشياء دائما الأبد يا ربي صلي على محمد يا ربي صلي عليه وسلم
رحمتي ربي رمضان كي دنبيغا كي ريبايو
الله حول يوم مختارك البابك كيال خيرك البابك كيال خيرك داويا هنوك نفتي أيدا حبيبك نفتي أيدا حبيبك
ما كوب يطبن بو صومي ما سقال بو صومي ما شن يطبن بو صومي متكي هيا بلسرك عينة تاسي ما قاعدين نوقو علي
سميرة سعيد علمي
سقال بو صومي يا
سقال
واضح
The Djiboutian Coast Guard initiated a blood donations operation by the institution's staff at the Peltier General Hospital. This is the fourth operation of its kind in 2019, and 50 staff members volunteered to participate in this blood donation. The collected blood will be put at the disposal of the National Blood Transfusion Center, where it will be stored and used for transfusions operation for the benefit of the Djiboutian populations. It's with great sadness that we have just learned the death of the Waberi Nur Ali, president of the Commune of Balbala, have just left us prematurely the 27th of Ramadan to his last home. The Director General of the RTD, Mrs. Suad Farah Dawe, and the whole staff of the radio stations of Djibouti address their sincere condolences. May Allah welcome him to his eternal paradise. Inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un. And we announced the death of the late Haji Yusuf Muhammad last night after a long illnesses in Djibouti. Religious personality, customary authority highly listened and respect the deceased Hajj Yusuf Muhammad, former Adi of the Jura, was before his death Imam Mosque always in their fire. Haji Muhammad Yusuf Muhammad leave a large family behind him, including 2 widows, 70 children, including 8 boys and 9 girls, and several dozen children. All pray the God to welcome him to his eternal paradise. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. And now let's move on continental news, where Liverpool is preparing to play its second consecutive Champions League final on Saturday night. Reds coach Jurgen Klopp will be able to count on almost all of his squad, including his star striker Mohamed Salah, who missed the historic half-time win against FC Barcelona. Ironically, the final will be played in Madrid, and we'll remember that it was Real Madrid who prevented Liverpool from winning last year its first Champions League since 2005. Here we arrive at the end of this news edition. Thank you for watching us.